Hello and welcome to the 2019 MLQ Championship Finals match, a best 2 out of 3 between the East Division champions, the Boston Knight Riders, and the South Division champions, the Austin Outlaws. This has been a matchup we've seen a few times. It's the rubber match between these two teams. Boston getting the better of Austin in 2016, Austin returning the favor both in the semifinals of 2017 and the finals of 2018. But these teams did not have as easy of a trek to the finals as we may have seen in years past. Austin pushed to its very limit within 10 points of being eliminated by the New York Titans in a 3-game series, while Boston has taken 2 tough hits already from the South Division, League City and San Antonio, that they did come away from both of those series with 2-0 victories. I'm Ethan Sturm, but the man giving you the play-by-play for this one will be Noah Schwartz.
How y'all doing, y'all? Ready for a good game of Quidditch right here. And from the brooms up, Austin gets the ball. So Marta Bermudez bringing it up for the Outlaws. They also get bludger control with that 2-male set of Monroe and Travis. Bermudez around the side, in the back. Guarded by Mulcahy. Errant pass for Bermudez. I don't think it's going to... Nope, Mulcahy is going to be on it. He's going to pass it back. That's going to be a bad turnover there from the Outlaws to start this game.
Yeah, no reset used by Mulcahy. Upon immediate possession, you are allowed to throw it back. And yeah, a bit of a sloppy possession. But that's kind of what we've seen a lot when Augie Monroe hasn't been in the quaffle game for Austin, especially in that New York series. Then again, it was their 2-male beater set that got them through those last few possessions in the quaffle game against New York.
Absolutely. And immediately in comes the first line of Dillman and Nasta at beater for Boston. Casey Irwin, again, the point defender. He's been great all series, all tournament.
And Dillman and Nasta were the force that drove them through that semifinals. Their bludger control percentages were off the scales.
It's going to be a quick tap beat there from Nasta. Archibald's going to shoot. He's going to miss. It's going to be Costa. He's going to miss, too. It's going to be a rebound by Dastu. Dastu's going to find Mulcahy. Boston ball. Yeah, the outside shooting of Jake Archibald is something that Austin's going to have to be watching out for the entire time.
Yeah, and just to show how much they spread the ball around, in terms of goals, Archibald only had 4 of their goals in those semifinals.
Dillman beats out Bermudez. Costa's wide open. He's going to get at the ball. He's going to fake the shot. He's going to flip it up. It's going to be too high.
Great positioning by Aaron McBride there to close down on that shot as well. But a slow start from a first line that's been so vital for Boston as well. These two teams have both relied a lot on their first lines to get goals this weekend.
We've seen all tournament. Boston really wants to get out and run, more so than I think they have in past years. And from Austin, you're actually going to want to see them to be in the half court. Well, it's going to be a little bit of a clash of styles here.
Yeah, interesting to see Monroe still staying in the game at beater here, along with Travis. It might just be a show of respect for how talented these Boston beaters pairs are of Nasta, Dillman, as well as Havlin and Zoo.
And Greg Warren, keeper in for the Outlaws. He's going to be the man with the ball. He's going to quick block there. It's going to be a goal. Nice block and shot there from Gregoire.
Yeah, Gregoire was the one that, while Monroe was beating at the end of that game 3, was the one being the stabilizer in the quaffle game. He did have 6 goals in those semifinals. Adds his first one of the finals here.
Bludger control still with Boston. They're going to walk the quaffle up. That's who's going to be the player unmarked here on the wing.
McBride's actually going to let Costa pick up some space around the back there. We'll see if that ends up being dangerous at all for the Austin defense.
And it's going to be a little bit picked there. Archibald's going to look for a shot. He's going to decide not to. Going to back it back out.
Yeah. And this Austin zone has been so hard for this first line of Boston.
And here comes Mulcahy right through the defense. Nice space creation by the Boston beaters there on the wing. And they're going to try and get a bludger back here. The Austin beaters come charging.
Monroe almost gets control, but
but it's going to create a no bludger situation. A great tackle from Brian Mulcahy. Brian Mulcahy has been the best defender on this Boston team. Archibald the other way. It's a no bludger situation for them, and he's going to put it through easily. A great tackle there from Mulcahy really leads to that fast break for Boston.
Massive swing from a no bludger look with all the bludgers kind of contested for Austin. Stop Mulcahy to an easy fast break goal against no bludgers for Archibald. Suddenly Boston jumps out to a 2-1 lead. And again, the longer Monroe stays in that beater, he had 10 goals in that semi for Austin. Nobody else had more than 6. He is their best quaffle player.
Gregoire down the middle. He's going to find Goddessy on the outside. Goddessy lines up a shot. He doesn't take it. It's a pump fake. Austin staying patient here. Staying in that 2-mil beater set. And that's going to be at least a reset. Mulcahy's going to beat Goddessy to this ball. He's going to have Goddessy one-on-one. It's going to be a tough one, though. Great tackle there by Goddessy. Costa gets in. It's going to be a good beat. Great play by Goddessy there to stop the goal.
Yeah, Goddessy returning the favor on Mulcahy on a no-bludger stop. Huge tackle. Mulcahy definitely more of a defensive specialist, but either way, I mean, just a good stop by Goddessy.
And we've seen Dillman and Nasta dominate bludgeon control against whoever they're playing. They're playing against a very talented pairing of Cole Travis and Augustine Moreno, and they haven't given up control once.
Yeah, and talking to the Boston team beforehand, they were expecting to see this Monroe Travis combination a lot because they think that a huge mistake there. But they think it's all that Austin can really counter their beaters with.
Yeah, and that bludger was blocked by and Cole down the sideline. There's no beaters back. This is going to be an easy goal for Boston again. Yep. Getting out and running. That's what Boston wants to do. That's what we're seeing here early.
What a massive shift from Nasta and Dillman, who have literally been the best players at this tournament.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Their bludger possession must be upwards of 80%. Yeah, it might be closer to 90%.
I wish we had the capabilities to keep stats like that because it would be ridiculous.
An absolute dominating performance from two players fueling this championship run. And a bad pass there by Aaron Goddessy, but he's going to be able to pick it up. They're saying he was still in bounds, so he recovers.
Just for clarification, the pass was fine by Gregoire. Goddessy wasn't looking for it and almost had a turnover. So they give up on that beater set, and it is now McBride and Kay, who are very familiar with Max Havlin from their time. Both Havlin Zoo and Kay McBride.
And the ball goes behind the hoops, and it's McBride there, and the hoop goes down. She takes a shot. It's gone. No good there from McBride as the hoop gets ball down. We might see a card here on the keeper, Jake Archibald.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't intentionally do it. Sometimes it does unintentionally fall. We'll see if a call's coming. I could see it going either way, to be honest. But like I said, Kay and McBride played at Pan Am's alongside Max Havlin. They got to face him a lot in the beater game. And Archibald is going to get a dislodging the hoop card, which should also come with basically a free goal for Aaron McBride.
And with that beater shift, Marty Bermudez is going to come in the game for the Austin Outlaws. He's been a very good quaffle player for them as well.
So because that wasn't an advantage call, they actually don't get to move back to the hoop. So Bermudez is still going to have to beat Dastu here, and he's actually just going to check it out. I didn't even see Havlin behind the ref there.
A nice beat there by Kay. It's not going to result in bludger control, but there might be some offensive opportunity up here.
What Boston's done so well is absorb the beats from Austin without actually losing control.
Oh, and a great beat there from Kay. Beats Zoo up top, and that is going to turn over bludger control. That's going to be a nice beat from Havlin there.
But now it's finally bludger control to Austin. What can they do with it? Because they have fallen into a 3-1 disadvantage while they couldn't get bludger control.
And McBride was able to patrol very well, allowing Kay to, in their last series, allowing Kay to wreak havoc on the Titans.
Yeah, Kay and Jack Wong both worked so well with McBride in that series. But obviously a different level of beating pair here in Zoo and Havlin.
And we'll see what Boston can do in the half court here, especially with only one bludger. Their offense hasn't looked great in the half court throughout the tournament. Great is relative, of course, but it's just because their fast break opportunities have been so clean.
Okay, blows up the beaters of Boston. Now McBride trying to pressure. Kay is going to easily beat. That is not a legal hit, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be a no bludger situation.
And nice pass there from Goddessy to Gregoire.
And what we finally settled down to is the beater game is going to be the future versus the present, right? I mean, these two beater pairs from Boston have been so good for so long, and this Kay and McBride line is really making a case for themselves, though Kay looks injured after that last play.
Yeah, he is hobbling.
Of course, Jack Wang is a very good sub for him as well.
And we're going to see Beckman in the quaffle game, along with Greenhouse.
Earlier than we usually see him, because usually Cole is on this line, but Cole basically played a whole shift already, though he is in the game as well.
Beckman's going to look for a shot, but Kay's going to get... They're going to call the goal good. They're going to say he wasn't beat. We do have an AR who seems to just think otherwise.
So I believe the beat did hit the Austin chaser. Meanwhile, in the corner, I believe it was TK that was able to wrestle bludger control back from Luizou again.
We'll see what the call is.
Tate's going to take an injury sub. He is not 100%. He does not look good, and it's going to be Jack Wayne coming into the game.
So it is going to call a beat before. I think that's the right call from the referees. Beckman was beat before he was able to stuff that through the hoops. So no goal there, but this is a big deal. Tate K limping off the field is not going to be good for Austin for the rest of the series.
So the score should be back down to 3-2. I don't know if it is on our scoreboard right now, but my apologies if it's not. So Josh Andrews now in a keeper and taking possession of the quaffle. It's a no-budget situation.
Josh Andrews going to drive here. Beckman not stepping up in time. He's going to step up. He's going to wrap him. A good tackle from Beckman. They're going to pass to McBride. Aaron McBride's going to put it through.
What I think we might be getting here is a defenseless receiver call on Grace Dastu, which would be a straight red card. She initiated that hit very early with him up for that ball. Maybe no call. Good movement, though, by Austin as they were taking each tackle to find the open man, and then ended up with an Aaron McBride goal.
And a quick line shift here from Boston.
McBride was actually their leading scoring female chaser in those semis. She had 4 goals.
We are going to see Skura in at keeper. He's played well this tournament. Along with Cole, Greenhouse is going to go behind the hoops. They're going to work him wide. And Austin still retains control, even with Wang out there and Kay on the bench. And a trade of beats up top. Zoo is going to get beat as well. Boston beaters are a bit in disarray here. A nice beat there from McBride on Cole. And now there's going to be a no-blood situation again for Austin. They do get one, but Havlin is able to get one back.
You can't overestimate how well Kylie McBride has been playing in this game.
She's been incredible. And now high press here from the Austin beaters. Zoo all alone. And that's an easy goal for Josh Andrews.
Yeah, that was the Boston defense falling apart because not only was that shot open, but also Davis Rose cutting from the wing. He was also wide open. Josh Andrews could have scored 5 ways to Sunday there. So suddenly Austin on a 30-0 run jumps into a 4-3 lead. And it's been because this beater pair has been a lot better than the first one.
Yep. Since the substitution, Boston's beating game has been much worse.
Both substitutions, right? Because Austin finally brings Kylie McBride in, and Nasta and Duman go out.
Greenhouse on the wing.
Yes, it's going to be a kickoff pitch on Boston, and the reason it has to be called is because that card would be a quaffle turnover. Back and forth affair that I feel like a lot of us were expecting here, right? Based on the way these teams performed this weekend, I wasn't expecting one team to be way better than the other one.
Exactly. I think the pairings that we were going to want to see, at least in the beater game, we're going to want to see Nasta and Dillman go up against McBride and Wang.
What we're really going to say, and I'm saying this as a nonpartisan, I want to see Tate K healthy because it would be a shame if he couldn't play the rest of the season.
Absolutely.
I believe Cole Travis has come back in the game here for Jack Wang. Really short shift there from Wang, who I thought was playing fine.
Yeah, Wang's been playing well all tournament really.
That's not where you want to put that ball, though. Again, Austin doesn't like to run in transition.
Yeah.
It's not really their game. They're going to take a sub line anyway. Augustine Monroe finally steps into the quaffle game. Leading scorer in the regular season, leading scorer in the semis, and only coming in at quaffle at the 9:45 mark. That's the depth of the Austin
Casey Irwin going to come in as well. He's been a very important chaser player for them.
But dealing with a finger injury all weekend, that's limited her effectiveness.
And it's going to be Rowe with space. Probably could have taken a little more space there. He's going to have space again, look to attack. And Montero's come in at beater for Boston.
Again, deeper in the depth of the Boston beaters than I would expect them to go.
As the beater pair of Jesse Knowlton and Serena Montero, they've been good this tournament. We'll see if they can handle McBride.
They haven't been as good as Kylie McBride.
No, they have not.
Sloppy play in the quaffle game, though. I believe Davis Rowe just lost that ball out of his hand.
Now Monroe going to have the ball. Knowlton's going to make a beat. That might have been afterwards. It's going to give Augie no blood situation. He's going to miss. Skur's going to take off.
There are 2 bludgers, though, so he's going to have to slow it down. But Augustine Monroe does not miss that shot very often.
Oh, that's when he's going to want back.
4-3 the score in Austin's favor.
Skur in control of the offense right now. A trade of beats.
Cole Travis just caught that with one hand. David Rowe is going to try to beat Skur to the ball. He does! Oh, what a goal from Davis Rowe!
Great hustle there from Rowe.
I think Boston wants their timeout. What I think they want is a Jake Archibald keeper sub ASAP.
They're going to want to get Dillman and Nasta back in this game as well.
Yes. I can't believe, honestly, that they went down to a third beat line. I'm not going to lie.
Skura not finding a whole lot of options. He's going to have to... Oh, that's going to be a good shot. Skura with a great shot.
How to make something out of nothing right there with Ian Skura. So 5-4 now the score.
Yeah, that was a big shot, too, for the Knight Riders.
Yeah, that broke a 40-0 run there from the Austin Outlaws.
Looked like it might have been a turnover when the beaters got scrambled up top. Cole Travis putting in work in this shift. Now it's going to be Bermudez up top. He's got Catcher on him. He's going to go by Catcher. It's going to be an easy goal.
That's bad defense out of Catcher right there.
Yeah.
Got to at least get a hand on him, slow him down a little bit.
Got to find a better matchup there, too.
Yeah. I mean, Bermudez is always going to be their best wing chaser. I would like to see Grandhouse or Cole on him.
And it's going to be a timeout from the Knight Riders.
Yeah, I mean, sure, maybe there's things to discuss, but I mean, what you can discuss is the fact that your first line was dominant, and then you didn't rush them back into this game.
Yeah, we're going to want to see the Knight Riders are going to want to see Costa out there. They're going to want to see Archibald out there, and they probably need Nasta Dillman to come back in and get control, beater and bludger control back.
Yeah.
Boston is at its best when it's out and running.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten the true test, as you mentioned, of the series, which is the standard set of Mario and Leanne against the standard set of either Tate or Jack or Cole and Kylie McBride, who has been the force of this game ever since that Mario Nasta Leanne Dillman line left the field. Meanwhile, we're just starting to get Augie Monroe back into this Quaffle game, so that's its own thing. It has to do with those, like we said, those transitions that Austin does early in games when they sub out of their Monroe-Travis beater set. Though at some point you have to start wondering, like, why don't they just get to standard faster with how good their standards looked? So this is the first timeout, the only timeout that Boston will get in this game. Austin also has one. There'll also be the 20-minute timeout. Once we hit the 20-minute mark, we'll play out one possession. And once that possession's over, there will be a timeout, and the Snitch will come on pitch 10 seconds later. And just a reminder, this is a best 2 out of 3. Game 2 will take place briefly after this one, and 3, if necessary, briefly after that. I think we're in for a good afternoon of Quidditch right here.
Absolutely. And on this restart, it is going to be the Outlaws' bludger control. Quaffle's going to be in the hands of Ian Skura for Boston. And we are going to get some changes. And it is going to be Dillman and Nasta back in the game at beater for Boston.
So here comes the real test, right? Travis and McBride against Dillman and Nasta. And, of course, Jake Archibald in as well. Like we said, they wanted to get right back to the first line that was working for them.
Mulcahy also as well. Great defensively for the side. Das to the Quaffle now.
Irwin back in playing point again. The 2-2 zone that has frustrated this first line from Boston so many times in the past.
There's going to be a big step here from Monroe on Costa.
Yeah, but you can see Irwin just slipped right into the hoop zone behind him. Mm-hmm. This is how they run this zone. One of their hoops players will go defend the wing if it happens, and that prevents the swinging that you can usually accomplish against the 2-2 zone by attacking the wing.
Nasta makes that beat on Cole Travis. Tillman unable to get possession of it, but he's going to create an offense opportunity, and Mulcahy over the top.
Yeah, you're not going to get better.
But Dillman and Nasta have immediately gotten bludger control back for Boston here.
And Nasta shockingly blocked another beat on his way out. So a 20-point lead here for Austin at the 13-15 mark.
And McBride does come out of the game as well for the Outlaws.
This is the first time this team hasn't either been in a 2-mil set or had McBride on the field.
We've got Irwin.
Somehow we keep avoiding the McBride versus the Nasta Dillman matchup.
And Bermudez is going to fake a shot. He's got Irwin behind the hoops. Costa's going to play some good defense up top.
And sloppy from Travis. I believe he missed Costa.
Now Irwin takes the ball up top. She's met by Dillman. We're going to find a press from Boston's beaters.
Yeah, and Josh Andrews can't prevent the reset.
And Nasta's going to protect control here, but Josh Andrews is going to slip. For a moment, he had an opportunity for a no bludger situation. He's not able to take advantage of it.
One thing you might notice, this turf is very player-friendly in terms of the fact that it doesn't heat up and it's very soft to land on, but there is a bit of a more slips than you usually see in turf.
And Costa's going to go after Bermudez. He's going to get caught behind. There's a missed beat from Mario Nasta.
Now, that doesn't count as a second reset because Costa tackled Andrews back over the line.
There's a pick there. Dillman's there to cover. Monroe out wide with Mulcahy. Dillman makes the beat. Good play there from Leanne Dillman.
Yeah, all the results of a late ruling on Cole Travis that he was beat, which gave Boston back bludger control and took the Austin bludger out of the play. Still 6-4, though, because as we said, nobody but this first line of Boston really scores many goals.
And they do so mostly in transition. This half-court game, they've struggled a little bit.
Though they got a good look last time. Okay, he just popped it over the top hoop.
Nasta coming around the edge. Dastu's going to be free to run towards the hoops. They're just going to let her, and she does. Now the beater steps. Costa comes in. It's a bad pass. He's unable to handle it. It's a quick turnover.
Yeah, when you've seen the performance of some of the top female chasers in this tournament, especially Lindsay Morel, the way she's been taking her space, Dastu just looked a little less comfortable doing that there, and Austin never had to commit to her, and because of that, she had no passing options.
And certainly less comfortable with the ball in her hands. Costa on point for Boston. Okay, he steps up. Very patient from Austin here. And Dillman's going to take her opportunity, and she's going to lose bludger control with her is, or she's going to be able to go get the bludger back.
Oh, a huge dodge from Monroe, and he's going to get a foul on Mulcahy for a slide.
A missed beat by Dillman that she was going to retrieve, and a great dodge from Augustine Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe's going to get the ball. He's not going to have a free scoring opportunity, though, because Dillman's right behind him, and Mario Nasta's just to his right. I think he will have an option backwards, depending on how hard Leanne... Honestly, the right play would be for Dillman to turn around and track 15 and Nasta to attack Monroe.
Casey Irwin just to
I do see her now
left.
behind the refs. Yeah, and Boston's not going to push their luck. They're just going to reset the defense.
And no reason to get too aggressive there.
So 20-point lead still for Austin as we reach the 16-minute mark.
Both teams played to a bit of a stalemate so far. Ball goes behind the hoops to Irwin. She's going to shoot. She misses. Monroe on the rebound. Nobody in front of him. He's going to put this one in. And it's a goal for the Outlaws.
And you really notice how quickly this first line falls apart if Nasta and Dillman don't have bludger control. It is so built around their performance, especially defensively. We saw it against League City when it was just havoc in the beater game, and it became havoc on the scoreboard.
Mulcahy, a good defender, and as well as Costa. However, just a little bit too much. The zone's really hard to transition and to mark everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Austin can always switch off to your weakest defender, too, because they have that many ball handlers.
And a bad pass from Costa. Casey Irwin's going to pick it up. Costa's going to slow the play down.
Big play by Irwin there, picking off the recently named 2019 East Division MVP, Teddy Costa. 17-minute, Austin has opened up a 3-goal lead. Oh, Costa briefly catches that ball. That was interesting.
Boston with bludger control again. But so far, Austin been good without it. And the beat there dislodges the ball that Costa jumps on.
That was a great effort there by Costa to get on top of that ball.
Yeah, Gregoire now beat.
Oh,
Archibald's going to look to run the ball. Archibald looks to run. The Austin beater unable to pick up the bludger. It's a nice goal there for Boston. They needed that one.
Yeah, because Austin was starting to get a little out of hand there. Now it's 7-5 instead of what was almost 8-4 there. Kay back in the game. That's good to see.
Kay playing well before the injury. He gets back out here, and we'll see if he's just how healthy he is. I'm sure he's fine.
I don't remember if that leg was taped or if he is now wearing a brace on.
I believe it was taped beforehand.
I think so, yeah.
And Dillman's going to come out and meet Gregoire. She's going to beat Gregoire out. Garza open on the left, on the right side. Dast, who's going to step to him.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to just take on Dastu here.
Beckman steps to Monroe.
Past the 18-minute mark here.
Boston beater sitting a little deep here.
Austin doesn't have to push things that much. They're not in a rush here up 2 goals. That's a nice little lead to take in the Snitch on pitch.
Yeah, always happy to play patient.
Yeah.
Dillman's going to step to ball now.
It's becoming a long shift for Nasta and Dillman at this point, by the way.
Yeah, Boston needs it, though. We'll really see how well they can hold up over a course of 3 games. I think they're going to have to go to Nasta and Dillman quite a bit.
Gregoire in
And a
the
shot
lane.
from Gregoire.
Oh, he almost slipped one right past Mulcahy.
And there was a rebound from
Oh,
Gregoire.
I thought for sure that ball was going to go over the hard boundary.
Mulcahy didn't track it down. He also thought it was going to go to the hard boundary. Now Archibald's taking off. A weird play, a weird situation there. Gregoire's still up on the pitch.
Gregoire's talking to a ref while play is live. His bench is not happy about that.
Yeah, a weird play there. Mulcahy or Beckman didn't track the ball back, and Gregoire was in there for the rebound, but it didn't result in the goal. Now it's going to be Greenhouse on the wing. He's got Beckman behind. He's going to go back out to Archibald. Now we're going to have an attempted tackle here by Kay. It's not going to be a problem for Nasta. Greenhouse is going to have the quaff on the wing. Now it's Archibald behind. He's going to fire. He's going to score. Great shot there from Jake Archibald. Always a threat from every position.
Yeah, pair of goals there to really get them back in this one. Austin now wants to prepare for their snitch on pitch, which means the two females set, McBride and Hickmott now in, and the two male beaters are going to be the UT boys, Jack Wang and Tate K.
We haven't seen this two male set yet,
No.
but Wang has been playing great, and that's why he's getting time
Yeah,
here.
I mean, and these guys play in the same program together, so I'm sure they're experienced. This is going to be last possession before the 20-minute mark. Monroe staying in the quaffle game for now. We'll see if that lasts once Snitch is on pitch. Monroe's had a pretty quiet game, though, in the quaffle game. Missed that early shot and not much since.
Hickmott with the ball now.
Yeah, Hickmott mainly a beater now, but does come in the chaser game.
Obviously played chaser at Tufts.
She did.
Go
on
BOS.
the line with me and Noah Schwartz.
Gregoire has the ball marked by Greenhouse. It's going to go over to McBride. Nice swat there from Archibald, and that's going to be the end of regulation.
Yeah, I thought McBride had a good look there, but Archibald, long keeper, gets a hand on it. So 7-6, Austin lead. Set scores 140, and I don't know. I feel like neither team can be that unhappy with it.
If I'm Austin here, I think that I should be up by much more.
Like I said, Augustine Monroe had a very quiet game in the quaffle game. I don't know if the point defenders and off-ball chasers of Boston just did a good job of shutting him down, or whether he's just a little winded from the sheer amount of minutes he had to put in that New York series.
Yeah, and what you like to see if you're Austin here is that you're having a lot of success versus all the other beater pairings with the exception of Dillman and Nasta.
Yeah.
And if you can wear them out, you're gonna have a good situation for yourself going through this series.
Right, and that's also going to be big now because Snitch on pitch, Dylan and Nasta is not a line that they use. Marion Nasta is not an ideal Snitch on pitch beater. We're going to see more Max Havlin, who really has only played a tiny bit in this game, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes with Lazoo. And that's really going to be the interesting thing because there's going to be a lot of athleticism on the pitch in the beating game right now. There's also a very talented seeker in Matt Cooper, though Josh Andrews did have that almost catch of him very quickly.
Yes, that's right. In the last series, Josh Andrews was able to catch really quickly. It was called off. After that, did he catch again?
No, I believe that game went to points. No, I think he did eventually catch again.
It was much later, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. But again, a very talented Snitch.
But yeah, I'm expecting to see two male beater sets from both teams, and I expect to see bludgers flying everywhere. So just a reminder on our set score rules. So this game is 70-60. We take the set score by adding 70 points to the leading team. So that's 140. Whoever gets to 140 first wins this game. The Snitch is worth 45 points if it's caught, but it no longer ends the game. It's just a means to the end of getting to the set score. In a game that's close like this, quaffle points rise, a Snitch grab will usually be pretty decisive.
And it's going to be Josh Andrews for Austin, starting at seeker.
Greg Bento for Boston. Both the standards for seekers we've seen from both teams.
And to start this set score time, Boston's going to have both the quaffle and bludger possession. We should be seeing, as Ethan said, a couple of quick subs from the Boston beaters here.
Yeah. Well, Austin has already gone into their two-male beater set, like we said. It's going to be Tate K and Jack Wang. Boston's going to have a chance at an immediate goal here, which would even us up at 7-7.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Monroe stay in the quaffle game for this.
They've gotten good performances out of their other beaters, right?
I think they trust Kay and Wang quite a bit.
And Cole Travis as well.
Cole Travis is ready to come in at any time.
Molina, maybe I don't expect to see as much in the game, but I think the three of them rotating would be fine.
No. Just
Archibald's not going to rush it here. I think they want to use their budget control in the Snitch game, so he'll let everything reset really quickly. Beckman has to come out of the game. That's a pass to nobody, though. Just Cole is eventually there.
And Zoo comes in. It's going to be Havlin and Zoo. Misbeat there from Havlin. Costa looking for space. He goes around Hickmott. He lines up a shot. He comes back around the hoops, and Teddy Costa able to find a goal.
So we do actually get the Havlin Zoo pairing that a couple years ago when QCB took on Cavalry could not handle a Cole Travis and Augustine Monroe look. That's obviously not what we're getting right now.
Now Casey Irwin has the ball on the outside. It's going to be Cole marking him. And Goddess is wide open. Dastu not able to make the tackle. Archibald and Cole able to stop him a bit, but it goes to McBride, who puts it in for the goal.
Good body control by McBride there to get around Costa. Costa was trying to swarm.
Nice catch there by Wang.
Oh, it went right off. No one saw it. The bludger went off it.
Archibald to Costa. Costa makes a move. Nice spin move there. Costa's trying to go through Irwin. That's not going to happen very often. He's able to get through, though. Archibald lines up a shot, gets blocked by Goddessy. Archibald lining up another shot, he puts it through.
I gotta say, that first block for Goddessy was very nice. Just really unfortunate that bounced right back to
now Havlin Sioux with control.
They've had control pretty much the whole time. Big dodge by Monroe. That's gonna get budget control back.
Zoo beats out the seeker.
Yep, that's the right call. She called immunity when Austin didn't even have two bludgers.
Meanwhile, Austin down on the other side of the field with Garza, Cole marking him.
And like I said, this specific Travis Monroe versus Max Lulu matchup was won heavily by Monroe.
And a nice block there from Archibald, but it's going to go right to Bermudez, who's going to start running around. Bermudez fires another block, this time by Cole. Dastu jumps on it. Boston with a nice little defensive play there. And Andrews was close.
Yeah, Josh Andrews getting all the time in the world right now because Zoo and Havlin cannot break down Monroe and Travis.
Quaffle to Costa. Costa's going to fire. Costa's going to miss. That's going to be high.
Yeah, I don't love that shot there.
No, that's not a good one. Zoo gets beat out.
Yeah, budget control again to Austin.
Nice.
I don't know if you can even call it control because nobody really has two budgets for any period of time right now. Oh, Tay K's in now. He makes the beat on Zoo.
And Beckman's going to have a chance in for Seeker. Now we've got a switch here at Seeker for both teams. Garza going to shoot. Garza's no good. We've got a race to the sideline. McBride's going to get pushed by Archibald.
Meanwhile, Anderson is getting his first shot. So Beckman gets around Cooper, but he can't make the catch. Let me get a stoppage.
I think there's going to be a penalty on Archibald for that shove of McBride right on the sideline there. At least that's what they're going to talk about. So it's Anderson in for the Outlaws. It's Beckman in for at Seeker for Boston.
Yeah, for all of the distractions in the Bludger game where they're all focusing Seeker, the Quaffle games have not been able to put up any points right here. Still only 8-8. Games to 140.
So we've seen Anderson only a couple of times. What have you thought of him so far for the Outlaws?
I haven't seen him get close that many times. I don't know if Aaron is injured or just not getting looks right now. I don't actually see him on. Oh no, he's in the back there on the bench, behind the bench. I don't think he's gotten a chance yet.
Yeah, I think.
So there's going to be a card on Aaron McBride for intentionally propelling a ball off pitch. You were the one watching the Quaffle play, so I didn't see much of anything. But either way, she'll be serving a blue card, 1 minute penalty.
Quaffle's going to be with Archibald near midfield.
Molina now in the game. We said I'm not sure we'd see him, but now we have.
Archibald's going to pass it off to Costa, who's going to go to Dastu. Dastu's going to score a nice little possession there.
Yeah, so a point lead now for Boston. Anderson's getting some free time here in the Snitch game.
Meanwhile, Bermudez is going to look for a goal here.
Havlin's going to have to take a sub, yeah.
Austin
so Austin in control
of the beating game right now.
Like we said in the past, Oh, John Anderson has a catch. I was about to say, like I said in the past, Marinus is not necessarily a known seeker beater. Click.
I'm ready whenever. No, but it's a foul on us. I'm ready to catch.
So we're waiting for a discussion on the snitch grab, impeding a call we see a lot, but we'll see exactly what we're going to get. So Austin commits a foul, but because it's not a cardable offense, snitch grab is not overruled. The catch is good. A huge delivery from John Anderson after I guess I badmouthed him there for a minute. This score on the board right now is wrong. The score is going to be 125 to 90. So Austin will just need 2 goals to clinch this one.
So again, the score is going to be 125 to 90. It's going to be bludger control for Boston with the quaffle. Big catch there from Anderson.
Current score is 125-90 in favor of Austin. Our scoreboard's a little slow updating, but it'll get there soon. But Costa might get a quick goal here.
Costa is taking it. There's nobody to stop him.
Yeah. I mean, this game's far from over now. 125 to 100.
Catch there for Josh Anderson.
John Anderson, yep.
John Anderson. Now Monroe's going to come back into the quaffle game with Gregoire.
Yeah. Monroe does everything for this team, let's be honest.
And we are going to see the beater pair. There's going to be a step there. Nice block from Archibald.
Yeah, big block. He's going to look to run here. I think he's going to be able to. He has home run opportunities here with Justin Cole running
And
on
he's
the
going
line.
to try and take one.
Oh, he underthrows him.
Yeah,
Big missed opportunity.
Yeah, tough throw there for Archibald.
He does make it in his sleep, though.
Now it's going to be Rowe with the quaffle. Nobody in front of him, but he does have...
I was going to say, is that here ever going to step up to Davis Rowe here? No. I would just swing it over to Rowe again.
And now we're going to look for a 1.5... Oh, and he goes right after the ball. He's able to get it, but it's a bad pass from Monroe. Good tackle there from Archibald.
What a reaction play by Tate K to just steal it right out from Marianas, who's trying to toy with him.
Great play there from Tate K, but unable to capitalize Augustine Monroe.
Yeah, big hit from Archibald to save the goal.
Out to Dastu, and Dillman's going to get control back. Tate K never saw her coming in from behind. And a nice pass there, but
Aaron McBride is all over Justin Cole. A great block. McBride's had herself a really nice game here. Both McBrides have, to be honest.
Good one here. No Snitch already been caught by the Outlaws.
Yep, 2 goals needed for Austin, 4 goals needed for Boston.
It's going to be Costa as the point defender for Boston. Monroe carrying the ball. Now Cole's going to step up to Monroe. And it's going to matter here because he's going to make a move. Cole's going to try and stay on him. He brings him down there. It looks like we're going to get a call from tackle from behind.
You're allowed to swing to the back in the middle of your tackle. What Justin Cole did was fully come up off and then re-engage. You can't do that re-engage from behind. That's going to get him a card. It's going to give Augustine Monroe a really nice scoring opportunity. Monroe knows he has no bludgers in the play, but honestly, he might just have an open hoop to shoot into. Or at least pass to. Aaron McBride is just chilling on the far hoop.
He's going to have Nasa stepping with the bludger, but he can release pretty quickly.
Austin is not a team that likes to push. Oh, so there's your answer for you. Austin's going to always take the safest route, and that here is a pushback to behind the midline, allowed by a new advantage call rule in MLQ.
And because he has no bludgers, he's going to go to the very edge of the field.
Yep. So the rule is that if you have an advantage foul against you, you can move back to the next restrictor line, which in this case is the half field, and start play from anywhere on it. Smart knowledge of the rules there from Monroe.
Again, Boston with control with the pairing of Doman and Nasta out there. Gregoire just gets beat out wide. Really bad turnover there from Gregoire.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Let Doman just close the space on you and make that beat.
Boston very much in this game still.
Yeah, 120, 100, game to 140. And of course, I mean, it's going to be a series. We're not going to have a blowout in this series. There's zero chance of that. Nasta Dillman, the best thing we've seen from Boston today. And then Kylie McBride, the best thing we've seen from Austin in the Beater game today. All on the field.
McBride's beating partner now is Cole Travis.
Trying to give Mario Nasta some trouble. Good beat by Nasta. Now he's going to have to try to attack McBride.
Costa's going to come open. Great pass to Dash, she finishes right over McBride.
Teddy Costa has a GPS signal on Grace Dastu. The passes he finds her for are immaculate. This is a game. 3 goals for Boston to win, 2 goals for Austin to win.
And now Godsey and Irwin coming in for Austin. I think that they think this is their best offense. This is their best offensive line.
I gotta say, if you told me that Austin would catch a snitch and Boston still might win the game, I would have been very surprised. Big
nice
play by
beat there
Travis
from Cole Travis.
No
it's going
budget
to create
situation.
space for. It's going
and
to create
Cole
space
can't
for
hang with
Monroe.
Monroe.
Oh, now
he
it's
does!
now it's a good tackle there. He's going to jump
Oh,
on
he
Cole's
strips it right out of his hand, but he does get the card.
Ooh.
The initial contact, I think they're going to say, was initiated from behind.
That's going to be his second yellow.
I think that might be true. This should be a pretty free goal for Monroe. If you can't tell, it's Leanne Dillman, a beater, standing under that center hoop, which means the center hoop is wide open for Monroe if he wants it. I expect Archibald to just launch himself. And he just puts it through. So a big foul there. Cole just not able to hold as a point defender against Augustine Monroe. It is 135 to 110. One more goal will propel Austin to a 1-0 series lead here in the finals. I'm not sure what the call that we're looking for is. No call on the play.
Archibald with the quaffle.
Cole's going to sub out from Mulcahy. A sub that maybe
and Godsey makes another steal. That's the second of the game.
And Irwin's able to knock it back a little further. And eventually, I believe that's Josh Andrews falling on it. Leanne Dillman's going to beat him, though.
Archibald's going to eventually come up with the ball and shoot.
And
he's going to score.
Archibald hits his shot from distance.
That's the second time this game that Archibald's gotten it stolen from Godsey. The first time resulted in an Austin goal. This time there's a scrum in the middle field. Dillman is the first of the play. And afterwards, Archibald comes to the ball and makes a great shot from just about half.
Yeah, about 1/3 of the way, 1/3 of the way into the offensive zone. So here's the situation: 135, 120. One more goal and Austin wins. 2 more goals and Boston wins.
Obviously a huge possession here, but they should be putting and a miss beat by Cole. That's going to cause pressure to the ball. Irwin's going to throw.
Oh, she's got nobody to pass to.
They tie up this game, make it 1 goal apiece to win it. Big possession here for Boston. It's going to be Costa. He's going to fire. He's going to score.
And it is next goal wins here in game 1 of the finals. 135 Austin, 130 Boston. They call.
That's a technical advantage.
And we're going to remount here. Next goal wins between Austin and Boston. It's going to be Boston with bludger control. Monroe's going to have the quaffle for Austin after 2 great shots. One from Archibald, one from our 2019 East Division MVP, Teddy Costa. Now the South Division MVP, Augustine Monroe, with the quaffle. Mulcahy gets beat out by Cole Travis. Costa gets beat out by Cole Travis. Now Nasa's going to step. Bermudez with the ball. A missed beat there from...
That's going to be a helpless receiver call, 100%.
A missed beat by Nasta.
And that might just be the game right there, that play. Oh, he's going to generously not get a red card, though. I'm not sure the color of the card matters that much in this moment.
Again, next goal wins. I think Austin's going to slow this down here, regroup, and find their advantage. Costa coming in a bit recklessly here. Mulcahy at the point. Bermudez is going to be open. Dillman's going to have to keep a watchful eye on Marty Bermudez. And now here comes Mario Bermudez. Archibald's going to step quickly, though. Now the ball's going to go through the center of the defense. Andrews gets chased away by Dastu.
Still a next goal win situation.
Mulcahy watching Monroe.
You got to think Austin has to capitalize here with Costa off the field. And they've already killed 50 seconds of this power play. Bermudez on the wing. He swings it across to Irwin. Irwin's going to have to reset it. And she steps out of bounds.
Casey Irwin stepped out of bounds.
Oh, but then Mulcahy almost throws it right through a hoop. What an end of the game that would have been.
Now, and the power play is killed. What an incredible defensive sequence there by Boston. They're going to have everything to go at this. They might be able to win this. They might be able to win this game right here. It's going to be to Costa. Monroe's going to get beat out. Costa shoots
wide open, and Boston wins.
Boston wins the first of this 3-game set. Absolute and total grit here from the Boston Knight Riders.
Man, what a finish. They come storming back after an Austin Snitch play. The Mario Nasta and Leanne Dillman beater player was not met the entire game. They won that game for Boston. So game one in the books, 140-135 in favor of Boston. We'll get an interview with the Boston Knight Riders, and then we will be back for game two in just a little bit as Austin season once again on the line. We'll see you soon. All right, we're here with star of finals game one, Mario Nasta. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
You guys fought a hard-fought one, and really it came down to the dominance, not just in this game in the semifinals as well, that you and Leanne Dillman have been showing in the beater game. What's been working for you guys so well today?
Leanne's been cleaning up after my mistakes. I was supposed to be working well, baby.
Yeah.
It's incredible having a partner who you can trust no matter what, right? I haven't had to look back once, right? I don't look over my shoulder. If I make a decision, I know she's got my back, and that's all it takes, right? Team listens, teams trust us, and that's all you need.
Yep. What did it take for the team after Austin makes that grab and is basically on the win's doorstep to kind of come back and get into that game?
I mean, right? There's a reason you practice all year, right? We play down 70, down 80 in practice all the time, right? It's as simple as keeping your head. You have to trust your team. You got to trust your plays. That's why you practice every single week. That's why you go through these motions, right? At the end of the day, we executed what we came out here to do. We hit our passes. Our beaters stayed consistent in the center. That's all you need, right? You got to play your game.
So game two, what can you guys clean up to have a more decisive victory and put away this championship?
Pretty sure catching the snitch would help.
Yeah.
But
hasn't been a good weekend in that regard for you guys.
Hey, that's life, right? Yeah. But in all seriousness, I think defensively, we just need to make sure we are playing smart with the beater control, right? Boston's an incredible team, but watching them this tournament, they've lived and died by beater control, right? Like, whatever we can do to play smart when we have control and minimize their opportunities to get those double looks on us, right? Minimize their score opportunities, we go, right? That's all it takes.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Mario. Good luck in game two.